So I got a 12-18 today, and it was a pretty good run. Like, there are a couple big flaws, mainly the fact that I didn't reset it off the overworld, which was absolutely horrible. But it's a pretty good time, and I'm very happy with it. Off spawn, I looked around and I saw a ruined portal, which I ran towards. I've been doing a lot of classic lately, and here I see that there are 3 gold blocks, so I think I'm going to run this classic, because I feel like classic's a really undeveloped strat that can do a lot better in speedrunning, and the community sort of tossed it aside. So keep in mind that's why I play this overworld. I could have looted this chest faster, and I could have actually checked what enchantment was on my golden pickaxe, which I do realize here, but I forget soon after when I realize it's looting. I mean, it's silk touch. Could have crafted basic tools in that house after mining shit, like sticks and stuff. Keep in mind I'm playing classic, so I'm grabbing 4 bed. I also want a bit of food because I don't know how much iron I'll be getting from the golem, which is what I think I'm going for currently. So like I'm looking around for the golem. I don't know why I checked in that house. That was a time loss that just didn't need to happen. So like I'm looking for the golem here, and I'm shit at jumping, and I jump straight into a ravine. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? And I'm like, fuck it, I'll just start getting stone. And then I'm like, oh shit, can't get stone. So I use this creeper to collect 2 cobblestone. Also, this was the first proper run of the day where I actually entered the nether, so excuse any bad plays. I make a stone pick and I start mining. I saw some iron behind me and I see some iron and coal up here. I moved my thing off, my mouse off the iron 3 times, which could have been a time save. But I feel like the order in which I did this was good, getting exactly the amount of coal and iron I needed, and then going back for more iron to make sure I don't run out while it's smelting. Here, I run back here to grab one more piece of iron, which I don't think I actually needed, because no, yeah, see, I grabbed 7, but I actually only needed 6. Here I grabbed one more coal just so it would be enough to finish all of the iron, which I'm not sure it is. It might be, in which case that was a misplay. But it's only a couple seconds time loss so far. Oh, no, more than a couple seconds because of mismovement. Here I run in and grab 2 more beds and some food. So, because I'm still thinking, okay, this is a classic run. I'm getting an iron pick because if there's a bastion, I'll grab it. But like, I'm still thinking, yeah, okay, I'm running this classic. 4 beds, that's all I'll really need. Then I just head back to my iron and make a bucket and pick. And here I'm out. I leave the 1 iron I had left behind. Grab some water and I'm running back to the portal now. I'm gonna grab some wood from the trees that are already there and grab some stone from here because I can have some extra building blocks. This is also just an unnecessary time loss I didn't have to do, especially because of the type of portal I was gonna make, because I'm very confident in making another portal with inside of this portal. I'm grabbing more blocks. This is another time waste. I've lost like probably this overworld can probably get like a 3:10 entry. I mean, it can get faster, but like realistically in RSG, I feel like 3:10 is like a good what I should have gotten in this overworld if I wasn't playing for classic and if I was playing smarter. Nothing particularly bad though. Here's where I lose some actual time. So I'm trying to grab all of the gold, and I accidentally block off that gold block, so I have to grab extra water. Um, I could have placed some of the stone I got around this, and then I go back here. This overworld's just really slow. It's like 340, which is really shit. I average low mid twos. I also didn't really need to eat that food. I paused while letting my chunks load in. Again, this was early, so I hadn't changed all my settings to what I like. And I see the thing load in. It's about at 10,000. It's about like 9 chunks away. It's at a bit of an angle, but it's fine. It can't be more than 10 chunks. Here I was thinking about crafting a boat, but instead I just decided to jump off, which is the correct play as it's saving time. Making a boat would have been useful, but like it's not really needed. I'm trying to see where I can turn here and decide just to YOLO it along the terrain I get, making sure that like the bastion isn't directly inside of that wall. I see it's a bit of an angle, but I also see that this bit is like just sticking out in front of me, and I want to like go a bit ahead just to see where it turns. Here I'm playing this way too safe, and then I see the bastion. Here I'm a bitch, but I had plenty of gold, so I'm like, okay, I'm making the helmet, and here I'm like, okay, this isn't a classic run anymore, so I should have reset this a while ago. Still just barely a sub 5 enter. I'm thinking this is bridge, but I then realize it's stables when I get to here. I see that, and I go straight down. I use this to mine that, and break 6 extra blocks, which I could have used to clear out this area above me. All of this could have been done with a gold pick if I hadn't used it to mine the cobble earlier, which is a massive misplay. Here I chuck my gold to the pigs while I mine the rest of this gold. Overall, this run probably could have sub-10'd if I played the overworld better and didn't get rolled on some RNG elements later on in the run. Here I can't tell what my difficulty is on, and I don't want to make the run invalid, so I make sure the recipes disappear before I select. I go up, grab an extra gold block. This means I had 8 in total arrows because I intend to do half bow most of the time, which I should have done in this run. Would have sub 11 definitely, even maybe sub 10. That's highly unlikely. Here I check trades. I have 13 pearls. I'm not quite comfortable leaving on that. I also only have 24 string, so if I want to do 0 cycles, which is a strat I've been learning, I can't do that with only 6 beds, which I probably should learn how to consistently do 0 cycles with 6 beds. But I know the fortress is over a lava sea, so I'm waiting for 1 extra pearl trade, and I think I get it either here or I get it next. Yeah, so I must get it next. Here I have all of the string. I probably should leave on this, but I'd rather be safe, especially since I'm only going for sub 15s right now, which this run ends up shattering. Like, I've lost maybe 20 seconds here waiting to trades, maybe even more. Here I get my extra pearls. It's all of the gold gone, but it's 19 pearls, which I know from where I've seen the fortress that it's not too far. I exit the wrong side here. This cost me a good like 6 seconds. Like, there are lots of small time saves, especially early in the run, which cost me the sub 12, which is now what I'm aiming for, because sub 12 is an incredibly good time in my opinion. Here I see the fort, and I pearl here. Like, you may be wondering, like, how does a 715 RTA fort enter sub 13 by this much too? It's because I got a fucking incredible blind. Here I see the spawner. I lose so much time to not just pearling straight up, especially since I have so many extra pearls. I think I have 16 currently. So not using one pearl and skipping that process probably saves me a good 15 seconds. I get pretty good rates. I'm 2 for 3 right now. I'm like, okay, quick, just blaze bed. You can kill the guy at the back whenever. And I feel like this is really one of the main reasons why this run is such a good time, or other than the blind, of course. I was very scared I'd be hit off there, and luckily the blaze is standing on the fence, is acting as a good block. I decided I'm gonna make my portal here, and I'll clear out those guys after the next cycle spawns. Could have made this portal faster, but it's not actually a time loss because... And now I'm waiting for this to spawn. This is a bit dumb. I can get hit off any time here, and that was really nerve-wracking. That's why I'm crouching, but it still isn't doing much. So I'm 5 for 6, I think. Oh, okay. And now I'm 6 for 7. It's a lot better rates than I thought. 6 for 7 or 6 for 8, and I'm out the nether at sub 830. Here I'm pausing because I'm like, oh cool, this is very fast blind, I can actually PB here. And I'm like, ah, well fuck, and I check my coordinates and it's Y17. I know I'm in an ocean, so I'm like, come on game, give me a like really close ocean exposed fortress, stronghold. But like, I'm also not too confident that this run's actually going to go anywhere now, because it's really, honestly, like a 9 flat ocean blind, which if I don't get like a good blind, doesn't really mean much. Blinded at pretty good chords, it was like 150, 140, 160. And I'm just bridging up, and I reach the ocean floor, and I see the pearl go. I'm boating up, haven't noticed anything yet. I don't think it's even visible. I can see the light, but I think that's just an ocean ruin, so I'm just like, okay. And then I'm like, holy fucking shit, that's the stronghold. And I'm like, holy shit, is that the portal room? And right now I'm like really freaking out. This is the most incredible pace I've ever been on. It's something like a it's like 945 portal room or something. which is insane and very definitely sub 12 pace, and theoretically sub 11 pace with a zero cycle. Here I'm thinking, like, should I go for the zero cycle? No, I'm not confident enough. Turns out it was a 91 front tower, I think, which is a very simple zero cycle tower I can do most of the time in practice. And I'm like, oh fuck, I should have gone for the zero cycle, it's a front tower. But I was shaking too much and I was way too nervous. I didn't think I'd be able to do it. When I was crafting my beds, I forgot to craft the bow, and I was intending to do it here, but then I accidentally crafted that into slabs, and I'm like, shit, can I make sticks? And because I don't notice I have sticks in my inventory, I'm like, okay, no, and I run back. And I'm like, here I didn't realize that the dragon was going to this tower, and I really should have gone to the other side. This sort of kills my chances for an insta-perch, which also kills sub 11, though you'll see that with the dragon, it doesn't really mean that much. So here I think that the dragon's going into perch, and I'm like, holy shit, and then it doesn't, and I'm like, well, no insane time. It's still going to be a good time, but like nothing insane. The dragon ends up being pretty slow. I'm at like Y85 right now, so I'm at pretty optimal distance. I'm not Y, Z85, so I'm pretty optimal distance from the fountain. I don't want to stay too far back because I can't see perfectly. What I should have done is built up a bit so I'd be able to see better. But I'm very nervous and I do not have the best thought right now. Here I got 12 blocks because I was going to start building up. But then I was like, nah. Here I'm very scared of the dragon's breath. And here I see it like going a bit towards center. I'm not sure. Here it's at center. I pull in, hoping for the purge, and it flies on past. And then it slowly comes back, which is why I didn't pull back out. Sadly not. The purge would have been a sub 12 if it went there. But I continue back. This is not the purge. I keep thinking like, oh, it's hovering near the center. It might turn in. It doesn't turn in. I should have gone back. It was a very big time loss. Right now I fire res so I don't die to fire after the one cycle. And here I think is when the dragon starts heading towards... No, it's not here yet. But like overall this end fight's been really shit. If I half boat it would have at least saved a minute on my final time. It could have gotten a low 11. Here I see a perch. I'm in. I'm very nervous in this one cycle. First bed pretty shit. Second bed not that bad. Third bed was pretty okay. Fourth bed good. I try for the 5+1 and then I scroll and I misclick and I fail the one cycle and have to axe it. 2 axes and it's dead. 12:08, the dragon has died. While I was looking around, not sure if you saw, I aggroed an enderman. It hit me onto 1 heart. I hit it so it got away from me. And then I get a 12:18, which is a really good final time that I'm really happy with.